Yes, 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 yes. You guys are online. If you're having a chance to just join me today for this incredible training we're going to be doing today, I welcome each and every one of you. Let me see something here. This is Jason L. Scott, the first all over the world. If you're logging on to the call, guys, it's going to be a great training today. So I want to make sure you put yourselves in a great place. Take some notes. It's always important that you're taking notes. Good morning, everybody on Periscope. It's important that you're always taking notes whenever you have a chance to go through a training process in order to learn how to get yourself from one step to the next step. If you're logging on, guys, I'm going to give it a second here. Let me see. How many more people do we have here? Come on, guys, looking for more people to log on. I see each and every one of you logging on from around the world. Guys, my name is Jason L. Scott the First, and it's my privilege and my honor today to do the goal-directed training. I know a lot of you are brand new into the company. A lot of you are brand new into the industry of home business or networking. And because a lot of you are brand new and you're just getting started, I want to make sure that you recognize that you're at the best place at the best time with a company that's literally going into momentum, guys. And that's always the best time to get involved. I've been involved with companies where I was able to be at the very beginning, but there were so many challenges and so many situations. But by the time we worked through them, we were better for it. Also been involved with companies that already missed the timing, missed the boat, if you would say. Now, there's a difference between a great company and a great opportunity. And I was involved with great companies, but I missed the opportunity to be involved where you are right now. And that's why it's important that today that we focus together on getting some incredible training down packed, learning some basic systems, some basic structures of thought, because it's not just the work that you're going to do, it's going to do the thoughts and the thinking that you do the work inside of. Anyway, guys, my name is Jason L. Scott the First. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, and like many of you, all my life, I've always believed that I was truly destined for something great. Now, in that process of believing that, guys, like I said, I have a high school diploma, no college degree of any type, but been able to earn some pretty significant income working for myself, working from home. But about 45 days ago, maybe about 50 days ago or so, I looked at this concept, looked at it in a different way. I looked at it as an involver rather than just somebody sitting on the sidelines. Because I've been involved with another company and I was able to build that company from zero and start putting things in place and had international organizations traveling all around the world. But then all of a sudden, the process of how the company was moving in the U.S. kind of changed. And when it changed, it put me in a situation where my income was changing as well. And I say that because I know you can relate to that. And you relate to it in such a way where you think about your job and you think about your income and you think about where you are right now and you think about the fact that something has to change and I need something to change right now. And when something has to change right now, you want to do whatever it takes in order to make those things happen. Now, get a pen and a pad. Always have your pen, always have your pad out, being prepared to take some notes. Sometimes I have my pen and my pad right here for myself, because I get to talking and before you know it, things start flying. And I'm like, hold on a second, that was some good stuff. And I have to plug it in because once I start to speak, you're going to find that I start to jack into the universe and I start to plug in and he starts to give me these downloads. That's definitely for you. That's for me as well. So get yourselves in a quiet place, get your pen and your pad out. I'm going to cover some strategies for those of you who are brand new to the organization, from some strategies and techniques for those of you who are brand new into business here for the first time, and definitely some strategies for those of you who are brand new and just thinking about yourself as an entrepreneur. All right, so write this down. There's two things that I want you to understand that we're going to be focusing on today, and that's two things. One thing is the process training, and another thing is progress training. Write that down, process and progress. Now, the process is basically what everybody knows. The 4 steps that I'm going to teach you today. The process is how you do those 4 steps in. See, what's the difference between somebody who gets started and they go, 6 figures in 6 months, or 7 figures in 7 months, or someone who gets started and in the same amount of time they've been involved and they literally wasn't able to earn maybe even an extra $500 or $600 was really the progress. How you progressively move forward here. Because what you think about, you bring about. What you ask for, you shall receive. And as we're starting to ask for 50K by Christmas, which is actually what we're focusing on, guys, we're going back to the basics, what they call it going back to the basics, and I can understand the basics because I remember watching Stormy Wellington. I remember watching her when she got involved with this company, and I already had been hearing about the company for a couple of years, but I was doing pretty well in my own company, and I just didn't really have a need to get involved with the company at the time. And I watched when she got involved, and I knew she was going to be hungry. And in her process of being hungry, guys, I watched this young lady go from 0 to, and I was saying it even before I heard her say it, I'm like, she went from 0 to 150 real quick. And I say these things all the time because the speed of the leader becomes the speed of the group. Write that down. The speed of the leader is the speed of the group. It's how fast you actually launch your business, how fast you actually engage yourself in the process. All right. Because again, it's process and progress, but it's how fast you engage yourself in the process. So today I want to give you some training that's going to help you understand that you have to be able to put yourself in a state of, I'm going to overcome these adversities. I know a lot of us right now, we want success and we want to make it happen. And we want to get this goal of directed done like this week. And you should be focused on that. But I also understand that in that process of saying, I'm going to get this goal done, adversity sets in. And a lot of you guys have transitioned to this company from an adversity state. Now, let me tell you this. Adversity has a key to your door. Adversity is life, first of all. Adversity is life. And life has a key to your door. And when he comes in the front door, you got to be going out the back door because you got things to do. And because you got to be going out the back door, guys, you don't have no time to wait around for anything that's happening. So I'm going to cover with you 4 simple steps that as soon as you get involved, that you must implement immediately. Because everything that we do, again, is process and progress, right? The process is what I'm going to show you today, the 4 steps. The progress is how fast we maneuver, the energy that we do it in, how we feel, the environment that we do it in, all these other things, guys. Look, the environment that we do it in our mind, all these things is actually the progress, how you progressively move forward. So I'm gonna give you four simple steps that I want you to take away today and get yourself started in business. And when you get yourself started with these 4 steps, and that means that that's what you yourself must do, as well as making sure that each and every person do the same thing. Now, guys, listen to me because this is really important. You have to understand that these steps that I'm teaching you, what I'm going to give with you, is going to be instrumental into you learning how to not just make the money, but duplicate and create more wealth, no matter what company you're doing, ever. See, anytime you get involved, you learn the simple steps of how to move yourself and move people forward. Doesn't matter, guys. You can do it over and over. It doesn't matter the city, doesn't matter the state, doesn't matter the country. You can learn to do the same thing. So I'm going to give you the steps, but you got to understand that it's learning the steps, is learning how to aggressively go at this, learning to make sure that training is important each and every time somebody joins the organization. So let me get and dive right on in here. And I want to kind of cover with you, as I kind of share my screen with you, what it's going to cover to really knock these 4 steps out. All right, so give me 1 second here. Let me share this screen. All right. Now, first of all, when it comes to the 4 steps to actually building your organization, let me see. Good stuff. Thank you so much. Hey, welcome, Periscope. It's 4 steps to building your organization. The first thing that I want you to understand that you must, in step 1, be a product of the product. See, be a product of the product, and I like to also say buy your tools that you need right now because it helps duplicate success. Now, being a product of the product means when you first get involved in the company, you're already going to get involved. And once you're involved, you must start to evolve. Once you get involved, now it's time to evolve into being the type of leader, being the type of entrepreneur, being the type of person that you want, that you would wish that other people would follow. So in order for them to follow you, you must become somebody big. So you want to become a product of the product and buy your tools immediately. All right, because it's going to duplicate success quickly. So that means to me this: when you focus on being a product of the product, the first thing you're going to really focus on is buying 3 packs of tea from your sponsor. Now, I say that because of this, guys. And you're going to find that people are just saying product of the product. I'm going to teach you auto ship and everything as well. But it's going to be important that as soon as the person joins, that they have their proper tools. Now, I say the proper tools because the tools that people are going to get are going to be the tools for them to duplicate their business, and they don't have to wait 3 to 5 days in order for them to really get off to a great start. All right. So when somebody joins the business, I always say, listen, let me make sure that you have some tea now, that you don't have to wait in order for your tea to get here in 3 to 5 days. Why? I always say buy 3 packs. Now you got 4 that comes, of course, inside of a month supply. But I want to make sure that a person gets at least the tools. It's like going to college, going to school. When you go to school, what's going to happen is you're going to pay your tuition. It's like paying, getting your product pack. And once you get your tuition, what happens from there is that you're going to get your tools. If you have to have a laptop, I took my son to school, and once he got enrolled in college, then all of a sudden they say he needs a laptop. He needs these books. He needs all these additional things. He needs these. He's going to school to be additional things that didn't come with the tuition. So with that being said, I had to buy the extra tools. As an entrepreneur, you want to make sure that you're setting your people up the same way that they're getting the proper tools, because their business is your business. So I always say buy 3 packs of tea from your sponsor at wholesale. Don't make no retail income off of that. That's why it's important the type of product pack that you get involved with. Because if you get involved with the product pack, guys, that doesn't really have enough tea for you to actually launch somebody else, then you're already behind the 8 ball. That means your business is moving slowly. Now, so I want you to do this. You're going to get 3 packs of tea, 1 to consume, because I want you to consume it so you can have, in 48 hours, you can have a testimonial that you're actually giving it to your sponsor. All right. Now, once you have your 1 to consume, that means you go home tonight, you make your tea. By the next several days, now you're starting to feel the results. You're starting to detox. You're starting to see 1 or 2 pounds starting to slip away and things like that. Now I can have a testimonial in the first 48 hours. Now, also, I always say you want to get 3 because you're going to 1 to consume and 2 to resume. All right. Now, let me see something. Are you guys, let me see. If you guys are online, let me see. You guys should be seeing my screen online. And if you guys are on screen, you're looking at it, you're seeing that it says to the resume business. That means when you're actually building your business, there's no waiting. You don't have to wait 3 to 5 days to jumpstart a person's business. Because if they actually get the product today, if they actually get a product to like 2 more packs of tea today, they can literally go ahead and they can start to sample somebody, or they can actually sell 2 people the tea, or 2 people that they go talk to in the business. So because part of our commission structure is actually getting 2 people, right? So I always like to make sure you're going to have at least 3 packs. So you get 1 to consume, and then 2 to resume business, so they can go home and make some tea and actually even start to sample some other people, drink their own tea, but also have something to sample or sell or whatever, so they can start to jumpstart their business. So that's the first thing. Now we're going to focus on proper auto ship. Proper auto ship is this, guys, is product replacement. I know when people hear auto ship, they start to make this is what people always ask. Tell me what's going to happen. How much it costs me every month to run this business? How much is it going to cost me on a monthly basis in order for me to continue? So they want to know if you're going to say $50 or $100, $200, because in their mindset, they're not thinking as entrepreneurs. They're thinking about what's going to come out their paycheck from their job. If you're thinking as an entrepreneur, you're thinking about the income and the money you're going to be making from your actual business. So therefore, the cost is almost null, because you're going to do enough business to keep replacing product. There's no job that you get involved in that people literally, there's no business, that you're going to open up. And when you open up a business, there is none that when you open it up, you're going to wait till you sell out all of your donuts, you sell out all of your t-shirts, you sell out all of your clothes. And then once you sell it all, now when somebody comes back and they say, hey, I want another t-shirt. Oh, wait, great. I wanted to make sure, first of all, that you were going to actually buy it. And now that I see you're going to buy it, so what I'm going to do now is, I'll go ahead and order some more. No, that doesn't work that way. You put yourself in a place that you actually have product on hand at all times. So so proper auto ship is basically selecting like 80 to 120, like PV, personal volume minimum. Now, 120 PV is pretty big for you, because it gives you a chance to get yourself ready and get yourself used to already being at a leader's position. Now, if you decide you want to do 80 to 100, you're going to have enough of auto ship for you to be able to use for yourself. So my personal auto ship and yours should always be what you're going to use for your family already. Because if you already know that you need the NutriBurst, that's part of your auto ship. You already know that you got, you're going to have the NRG, that's auto ship. By the time you decide you need the Chewy or the Chaga or the Gano or the Gara or whatever you're going to need, that's your personal authorship. So because that's your personal authorship, what you're going to personally consume, you should never have to concern yourself about how much it's going to cost, because these are items that you're going to use anyway. And if the items you're going to use anyway, guys, you set yourself up for personal and business by being at least 120. Now we do say it's 40 like PV minimum to remain qualified. 40 minimum. Now, and that means once you get 40 minimum, you stay that way so you get qualified to be able to start receiving commissions and things like that. All right, so that's your minimum for authorship. So also, when it comes to being a product of the product, you want to go to trainingtlcreps.com immediately. All right. Now, again, you're just getting started, right? These are things that I'm going to cover with you today, so I can make sure when we get back together, we're going through these steps so you know exactly what you need to do. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to download, guys, and you're going to print off a few things. Let's say you go to tlcreps.com. You want to make sure that you actually order your TLC calendar, because professionals actually operate a business from their calendar. There's no doctor that you're going to call, and when you ask them a question, hey doc, listen, I need to come in and see you. When can you see me? Can you see me? When can you see me this week? They don't go, let me see, off the top of their head. They say, let me get my what? Calendar. That's because professionals, they actually build the business from their calendar. And because they do, you have a chance to do the same thing by building your business from your calendar. So also, you also want to get your flip chart. You want to get a flip chart, guys, so that you can start to learn how to duplicate your business. And that's going to be important, because when you first join, the first thing that people like to say is, well, I got to learn this. I can't really talk about it until I learn it. Well, get the flip chart. And when you get the flip chart, now when we're doing your first events, you're actually taking notes. When you're on calls and we're introducing this concept to people for you, you're taking notes and you're running yourself along your flip chart. So you'll learn. That's on the job training. So you want to get that, as well as download, guys, your compensation plan. Now that's huge for you, because you want to download the compensation plan so that you can actually have a way that you can learn how to move yourself, how to get yourself a pay raise, how you can move yourself progressively through the system. All right, so you want to go to trainingtlcreps.com and get that. Also, I like to tell people, listen to personal development, because product of the product is this. Our product is people. And because our product is people, you got to put it in your mindset that a leader of one is a leader of many. If you can't lead one, then you can't lead any. So you got to put yourself in process, guys, that you're going to literally be the best leader, be the best person. You're going to be that person of change, that person of momentum. You're going to be that person that's going to help edify and bring great things to the lives of other people. But you must become that leader first. So I would just if you've never done it before, do me a favor, just go to youtube.com and click in Jim Rohn, this Jim ROHN, and actually type in building your network marketing business. Now, I like to recommend that people listen to that every day for the first 30 days. Why? Is because personal development, guys, is important. Now, once you start to hear these concepts, because Jim Rohn has been training and mentoring, multiple millions of leaders over the years. A lot of the top leaders, a lot of things that you hear myself and Stormy and other leaders say, it can all be traced back to a lot of the concepts and things that Jim has taught. Millions of people in leadership and leadership development, overcoming adversity, leadership capacity, all these other things. All right. So Jim is a master at that. And because he's going to go through some concepts and some things that you got to understand that as soon as you get started in business, all heck will break loose. Family, friends, jobs, situations. It seemed like as soon as you get started, let me help you understand. When I was launching, the day I called Stormy and I said, I want to get started with this company. And we put on our, she said, okay, great, we can launch you next week. I said, I need to get started now. First I said, okay, great, next week. Then I actually got my email for my paycheck, and I saw that it was less than what it had been the week prior. I said, nope. I called it right back, said, we got to go now. I got to make some things happen right now. So we actually put some events on the books. And as soon as we were about to put the event on the books, we had the events on the books. As soon as we were about to do our first event to help launch me, all of a sudden I got a phone call. And that phone call was telling me that all heck just broke loose. And I was talking to Stormy, and she's like, well, do you want to postpone what's going on? I said, nope, because I understood, guys, that the battle between winning and losing is your attitude of mind. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you that makes the difference between you winning and losing. And you can't never forget that. So it's important that your process of who you become, because you want to download the compensation plan. So you want to go to trainingtlcreps.com. You want to go to tlcreps.com. You want to go to youtube.com and click in Jim Rohn, this Jim ROHN, and actually type in building your network marketing business. Now that's huge for you, because when you your process of who, as you start to get better, your whole process, guys, is going to be important, that you really get it, that personal development is going to be everything. And I have to go on that, guys, because you have to be a product of your own product. You have to be a product of personal development. When people come to a company like this, they're looking for change. And they're looking for people who can really help them. They're looking for people who have a habitual vision of greatness. Because I find that a lot of people, we've been so beaten down, so downtrodden, so many different things that people have done, that when that goes on, guys, that people literally, they be in this whole state. They be in this whole state of mind that they just can't make things happen. They can't have no success. They start to get panicky. They start to be fearful. All these other things that people start to go through, guys. So I'm telling you, personal development means everything. That's when we do the wake up and win calls and other things that I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. All these other things are designed to be a way of personally developing you, getting you ready, keeping you actively engaged, getting you to where you're like, nothing's going to stop me. See, we focus so much on the past, and the past is a construct of the mind, and we allow our past failures and past situations to determine what we're going to do in the future. And you have to learn that you have to be willing to get through all of the things that's been holding you down, because life becomes better by change, and not just by chance. And you have to put yourself in a state that, you know what, I'm going to do whatever it takes in order for me to become a better leader, in order for me to really learn how to help other people. So that product of the product, you being that strong product, you have no idea how important that's going to be, because people are already going through it at their jobs. They're going through it in their relationships. When they come to this particular business model, they're wanting people to help them. They're looking for freedom. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. But you're never free in America. You're never free in this world until you're financially free. So if you don't get that personal development, is going to be everything. Guys, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. It's kind of like this, and this will now be done so you can really understand how big this is. So many people are moving really fast in this company, and you have to understand a lot of things are happening because of momentum and how easy this concept is. You don't have to sell. You have to learn the strategy. You have to learn science of T. But it can be almost like a lottery ticket to some people if you don't allow yourself to understand that you must grow. You must go through some things, but also grow through some things. And if you allow it to be a lottery ticket, you're going to find yourself that if something shifts in the business, things start to happen. You have to redevelop it and help other people and put other things in place. You're not going to know how to duplicate it, because when we're in the business of not just team but people, and you have to start to develop and work with people. You're going to get it, guys. That's when, like, when you listen, if you're on leadership calls with Stormy or your leadership team somewhere, that means that's personal development. That means they're growing you, they're helping you, they're holding you accountable, giving you different things and stuff. And you got to get that you have to be so strong in this process of who you're going to become. All right. So I want to make sure I just kind of gave that to you guys, because when we start to talk, we start to hear about personal development, but we don't allow ourselves to understand that it could be like a lottery ticket. And those people who have hit the lottery today, within 1 year, they're broke. Hit the lottery today, within 6 months, they're broke. Hit the lottery today for multiple millions, and then in 3 years, they're broke, is because they haven't developed their mindset. They haven't learned to be able to get themselves stronger. This whole thing, guys, listen, it's about volume and velocity. Increasing the number of voices that's speaking of hope. And hope is the only thing that's stronger than fear. And when we start to work with people to put them on a platform of hope, you got to be ready to really grind and help people change their lives, but you got to change yours first. All right. So let me kind of go back to this screen sharing. All right. So that's going to be the first thing that I want you to focus on when it comes to the 4 steps. That's the first step, being a product of the product. All right. And I have to go that long in personal development, guys, because it just means just that much. Now, the second thing is build a list of contacts. But now we're about to start to put some things in place for business. So when you're building a list of contacts, you want to actually do your homework. And I tell people, don't just say, I'm going to do it. Listen to me. This is really important. Don't just say, I'm going to do it. You got to do it and really be focused on it. Because when you start to say, I'm going to build a list of contacts, you got to understand you need 100 names and numbers. Now, I always say it like this. You want to do 100 names and numbers. 50 who choose to lose, whether you choose they should lose or whether they choose they should lose. All right. All right. The thing is, you just know that you're going to get 50 people, because those are going to be the people that you're going to actually sell tea to. So you want to have 50 who choose to lose. All right. And then also you want to have 50 and business improves. Now, the reason why I say 50 and business improves because a business like this will improve their lifestyle. A business like this will improve your lifestyle. So you want to have 50 and business improves. All right. Let me write something down real quick, guys. All right. So that's going to be important. So because of that, because you want to put yourself in that process that you're actually building your list of contacts, you want to be like Donald Trump and other successful people. Now, I'll say that because of this. When Donald Trump and other people, now you're an entrepreneur. Now you are actually that person that's going to go out here and make magic happen. When Donald Trump decided that he wants to launch a business, and that's who you are, you're the same way. You're just like Donald. When he wants to launch a business, he actually goes, either you remember the old school Rolodex? He just goes to his Rolodex, or he actually goes to his contact list, or he goes to something else, right? So he's at his desk like you're at your desk, and he actually starts to say, let me see, who do I know that would like to be able to expand their portfolio, income portfolio? Let me call Jeff, let me call Craig, let me call Brian, let me call Bruce, let me call Michael. And then they give him a call, hey, Michael, listen, I launched the biggest project of my life, and I thought about you. Listen, I already know where you are, right? Because I have a major project I'm working on, but I want to know if you're open to looking at something that can expand your financial portfolio. And the first thing they say is, of course, Donald, because you do know the rich get richer. And they start to giggle and laugh because that's why they say, of course, you know, Donald, of course, the rich get richer. And the poor get poor. They want to laugh at those because poor is a mindset. But because that's how they look at it, let me go through my contacts. Let me see who I can focus on. You know why, guys? Because wealthy people have a different way of thinking. And you have to put yourself in a wealthy mindset. That's why today's call, I told you, it's process and it's progress. It's what you think about in this process. So because of the process and the progress that I want you to think about right now, put yourself in understanding you must think like a wealthy person. So therefore, you get your list out, you get your phones out, and you just do a mental download. See, I know a lot of times we start saying we're going to make some phone calls and we're going to go through our phones. Don't just go through your phones, guys, because if you're operating this business from home, that means you're normally doing it part-time. And if you're working with other leaders, they're part-time as well. And because they don't have a lot of time to really help everybody all day long, when they got specific time for you, you have to have your list out. So now when we spend time going through the list and making phone calls and working out some things together, now when we're qualifying your list and things, you're able to say, okay, this is Bruce and this is Mike and this is Jeff. And you're able to kind of go through some things. We can help you because you spent the time to download it for homework. And now you got hundreds of people that you can actually build. I tell you like this, you want to do a high six figures, guys. You want to do more than 100 names. You want to do 200, 300, 400 names. Download them. Listen, I know I'm saying it, but only probably one of you on the phone call is going to do it. You got to make the mental download so everything is out the way. You're not trying to go through your phone. You happen to lose your phone. Now you got no list. You got no contacts. Your phone breaks down. If something happens, no contacts, no list. Make a download. So now while you're working, you can just go from here, go from your list to making your phone calls. You don't have to go through your phone, scroll. And when I'm working with you for 30 minutes and I say, let's call Bruce. And because you didn't download the list and put 50 names or 100 names, now when I say, let's call Bruce, you're calling Bruce and you're saying, you go through your phone. Okay, let me call him Bruce. Call Bruce. Yeah, Bruce is a good guy. Bruce is going to be the one. He's going to really make this happen. Oh, Bruce's number's not on. Okay. I got somebody else. Let me see. Jeff. Let me call Jeff. Now you're scrolling through the phone lines. You're scrolling through your address book. Instead of you just saying, let's call Bruce. Let's call Jeff. Hey, Jeff, the phone is disconnect. Okay, hold on a second. Let me call Mike. Now, in that same amount of time, guys, and within a minute, we can go through 5, 6, 10, 20 names versus you just scrolling for a whole minute. You guys got that? So that's why I'm giving that to you, because there has to be a consciousness of why you must put that list together, because you want to be like Donald. You want to be big time at your desk. The rich get richer. And you want to put yourself in a rich state of mind. Understand this. This is how wealthy people focus. And this is why you need your list. OPM, other people's money. All right? Because they don't, you know how they hear the phrase that it takes money to make money? But yeah, it takes other people's money a lot of times to make money. That's why Donald, whenever he decides that he wants to build something, he doesn't go through his bank account. He goes through Mike's bank account. Mike, what do you got? this is what all it's going to cost you is, all the investment for that is, and that's kind of how that flows. They focus on other people's money. They also focus on other people's efforts, OPE, other people's efforts. And that's important for you, because if you understand OPM, other people's money, OPE, other people's efforts, you understand the two things that we focus on in this business, which is retailing and recruiting. And if you have other people's money, that means you can retail to other people because they got money. Then when it comes to recruiting, you can actually share the information. Listen, Mike, where you are right now, based off of where you are in your life, and it's the right project, are you open? Yes, I am. Now you can recruit people. So it's important that you put that list together, guys, and understanding that you're a business person now. You got to think like one, because you are the boss. All right, OPI, other people's ideas. That's what they focus on as well. You don't have to worry about, because sometimes you ever heard somebody tell you, well, I don't do tea like this, or I don't do it like that, or I don't think like this, and I don't think that's for me, and all these other things. But the thing is this, success leaves clues. And if you want to have success, you want to have high levels of success, do what successful people do, and learn that you don't always have to come up with the idea first. All you have to do is look to see who's doing it, and then put yourself in front of it. It's kind of like Warren Buffett. When he decides he wants to do a business, or he likes certain things he wants to invest in, he looks at it, it makes sense. He doesn't have to make it. He doesn't have to spend millions of dollars to come up with the idea. It makes sense. He invests in it. But that's the reason why he's one of the wealthiest people. And you have to put yourself in that same mindset. All right. So other people's ideas, don't matter the idea, let them do it. We don't have to come with the idea of tea, come with the idea of NutriBurst, come with the idea of none of this stuff. All we have to do is just go out here and just spread the word. Then, of course, LFOPM, learn from other people's mistakes. That's what they focus on. And because they focus on that, guys, you wanna look at, first of all, learn from your own mistakes. If you haven't had the type of levels of success you want to have in your life over the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years, time to stop doing your own thing. Follow other people who are already having success. See, mentorship is wisdom without waiting. And when you have a mentor, you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to wait. All you have to do is do exactly what the leadership requires, and they give you instructions. Because mentorship, write that down, is wisdom without waiting. So you don't have to wait. All you have to do, when I first launched, I had a ton of people who told me, Mr. Scott, I watched the video, I looked at this. Did you know that they do this? Did you know the compensation plan does this? You know the products do this? I'm like, nope, I have no idea. Because in my first week, I told you I got that phone call, and that phone call said that I needed $5,000 to be able to fix a situation that had just occurred while I was about to do my first launch call. And I'm gonna tell you what that is in a little bit. That was my first business exposure where I was telling everybody. And I actually was getting the phone call just when I was logging on. And it was like, this was going on, it's gonna take like $5,000. And the first thing I thought was, I gotta get $5,000 this week. Because I had to have that by the end of the week. I said, I gotta do $5,000 this week. I put my mindset on it, guys. I focused on it. My first week in this company, I made like $4,500. Now I say that not to impress you, but because in my mindset, I'm gonna follow the mentor. I said, Stormy, because all Stormy did was, you get people to me, I'll do the presentation. I got people to her, she did the presentation. I have my flip chart or my information that I downloaded, my presentation, and while she was doing the presentations for me, I'm taking notes. Because I wanted to learn how to do what the mentor said. I wanted to do exactly what she was coaching on, exactly what she trained on, exactly the same exact way that she did it. Because mentorship is wisdom without waiting. So I didn't have to wait. She did about $5,000 her first week. So I wanted to do the same thing. All right. And so that's why it's going to be important. So let me kind of get back into this and share this with you from the screen. All right. All the things that I'm talking about is important that you get this, because we're talking about the second step that you're going to take. All right. Whenever you're building your business, whenever you're building your business from home, just those 4 simple steps. Product of the product. Step 1, build a list of contacts. Step 2. All right. And then, of course, when you're building those contacts, you're going to actually learn a couple of things. Like I like to say like some teams or some groups, they may have a quick retail script. If you don't have a retail script that you can focus on, if you don't have a retail script that you can work with right now, and if you're on Periscope, share the broadcast, please share it. Share it to other people because it's important. Now, if you don't have a quick retail script, what's happening is we're assuming that people are going to come on and they're going to figure it out. We're assuming that just click the man at the bottom and share. All right. We're assuming that people are going to just come over here and they're going, oh man, I know Jeff. He's type person. He's going to just, and you know, I don't like to say the words like this, but this is how people talk. He's going to just kill it. He's going to kill it. See, there's power in words, and I don't really want to. I know now the words, the power in it, but it's also how we, the concepts or the thoughts that we're having alongside the words. So I do get it when people say he's going to kill it. And if Jeff comes over, he's going to kill it. But when Jeff comes over here, what Jeff typically starts doing is what he assumes that he needs to do. Now, of course, guys, when people come on, you're going to find that some are going to sell a lot of products out the gate. They're going to just figure it out on their own. But most are going to be like, you see, sold something yet? No, I didn't know what to say. I was a little nervous. Didn't know what to say to somebody. Didn't know how to put it out there. Continue to keep sharing this, keep sharing the broadcast, guys. All right. So you focus on a quick retail script, whether you have one for your team, whether there's one that you can have on a training site, whether you just, you just make sure you help your people understand the things that they need to say when they first get started. That's why you have your list. You have your list. Remember I said the 50 who choose to lose, because now with the 50 who choose to lose, whether you choose that you lose 5 and 5 or whether they choose, because you already know when you look at them, you say, oh yeah, they need to lose 5 and 5. All right. So whether you say to yourself that they should lose or they say it, that's why it's important. All right, guys. So make sure you learn learn to teach people how to retail and how to recruit as well. And we got training videos and things like that on as well. That's why the third thing is now we start to go into where the money is being made. This is building your business. Step 3 is build your business. All right, write that down. First thing that you're going to do is be a product of the product. Then, of course, you're going to build your list of contacts. Then, of course, you're going to build your business. All right. So once you build your business, let me write this down. All right. So now that you build your business, the first thing I want you to do is this. When you have gotten your brand new persons involved in the company, I want you to focus on a welcome call. All right. Now, I say that because people don't always know exactly when to do the welcome call. They don't always know exactly what's going to happen. They kind of get people in, and a lot of people decided they don't want to share the information, or they don't want to bring their sponsor in, or they don't want nobody else because they want to try to hoard their people. Remember I told you mentorship is wisdom without waiting. I don't want to wait. I need to get you to a person who knows what they're doing. So while they're talking to you, I can take notes, because there's a language in the business. There's a language of networking. There's a language in this particular company. And to learn the language is kind of like a child. How many times do you call a child his name before he knows it's his name? There's no exact number. So how many times should you listen to your leadership and your mentorship going through the information so you can start to learn how to be able to say the same thing? Because all you got to do is say what they say, and you can have similar or better results. Okay. So because now you're actually at the state where you say, let me build my business, the first thing I want you to focus on is a welcome call. Now, I do welcome calls, and I like to do welcome calls, guys, because I recognize that this company is growing so fast that a lot of times your people, they are getting in and they don't know what to do really quickly. And the person who just joined yesterday, they don't know what to do. So because now they got involved, and then they sponsor somebody who got involved, and then they sponsor somebody, and then now you got somebody who went executive director or went director, and they got 3 to 4 to 5 people, and nobody know what they're doing. Everybody's like, okay, well, what are we going to do? We're going to just figure it out. You don't have to figure it out. All right. I like to say, let me make sure now that you're involved in the company, before I really start to put some things in place to help you build this business, let me introduce you to some additional leaders that we're working with. Because even though you're in business for yourself, you're not by yourself. And I want to make sure that you understand that you're going to have help in this company. Because trust me, guys, when your leader is introduced to somebody else who joined and they didn't know about the person, and that person could be a potential superstar, they want to know about the person so they can be able to help you jumpstart and move your business quickly. You do understand we get 50% on the first level, 50% on the second level. So we want to know who you're bringing in so we can be able to help. And I like to say, do a welcome call. And the welcome call, or what they may call a lifeline call, basically goes like this. When somebody says, now that you're in the business, let me actually introduce you to some additional persons who can help you along in your journey, who can help you start, launch your business. Because amateurs, they start a business. Write that down. Amateurs, they start a business. Professionals, they launch one. And because amateurs start a professional launch, I want you to be at a great launch. So let me introduce you to some additional leaders who can help in this launch process. Move yourself out the way. That's the best way to have success. So now, when I call my leadership, I'll call my sponsor, because be done with your sponsor. You don't call and say, hey, call my new person. Or you don't just tell your person, hey, call my sponsor. No, you want to call because you're new. You do the three-way call, and I'm going to teach on that a little bit. Now you can actually listen and learn while they're doing the welcome call. So when we're doing a welcome call, it's real simple. 4 simple things I like to do in a welcome call. I like to welcome somebody to the team and family. I like to say, listen, hey, Mike, listen, first of all, I want to say to you, welcome to the team. More importantly, welcome to the family. Then I'll always stop. And people go, oh, well, thank you so much. Going by themselves, they've never gotten that. Because they haven't, they'd be like, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. No one's never welcomed me to the organization, to the team before. I just got in, they left me on to go run and get somebody else. Well, you can understand that you got an incredible sponsor that you have right now is a superstar. So because the second thing you're gonna do is edify the sponsor. You're edifying the sponsor. You're gonna say, listen, yes, sponsor, you have a sponsor. He knows 100% information, loves helping people, love having fun. Just doing some great things, plugged directly into the leadership, plugged into the people who have done 6 figures in 6 months, 7 figures in 7 months. So make sure you plug into them, because hold on to their coattails, because they're going to the top. All right, so I edify the sponsor. Now I also say that you edify the system, and you're gonna find that we actually have 4 simple steps that we focus on. And these 4 steps that we focus on is gonna help you really build an incredible business. Mike, let me ask you a question. Do you wanna make money fast, or you want to make money slow? I want to make money fast. Well, great. I want you to do this. Go to TLC Reps, trainingtlcreps.com. Do the welcome call, and now the thing is this. Listen to me. When you do the welcome call and leadership hears, people hear that there's 2 or 3 times they've heard the same thing from different leaders, and their mindset, they'll say, this must be what I have to do. Because what normally happens when we first join, the first thing we say is, let me see how I'm going to freak this. Let me see how I'm going to work this out. Let me see how I'm going to figure this out. Mentorship. So when I get you on the phone line, you have to figure it out. Go to trainingtlcreps.com. Download this right, and then from the welcome call, I'll give you some basic information. Now, keeping in mind that when you actually call me to do the welcome call, so Mr. Scott got a brand new family member. They just started. This is Dr. Tasha Boone. She owns a medical practice. Now I kind of know who the person is. What's going on, certain things was happening with the person. I may say, okay, started, guys. And now when they tell me about it, because commitment, we spell commitment this way, CASH, cash. Now, commitment is how people have gotten involved in the business a lot of times. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand the economics of it. Economics say you can only do what you can do. But there's a difference between what you can do, and you just saying, I'll just try it. Let me try it out. I'll come on board for about $100, come up with $50 and see how it works. There's a difference when you come on and you do it like that. And when you really say, I got started at $1,600, or he got started at $1,600, like he's an entrepreneur, he's ready. Now I know that person, if they got $1,600, they may actually have other people in their circumference or their group that also have $1,600. So now I can literally get somebody started up fast and help them get executive director, because if they got the capacity to get started, listen to me, your income is the average, they say, of your 5 best friends. You hang around 5 people who are broke, you're bound to be the 6th one. Now, it's not your fault, but it is your problem when you've been educated on something like this and you still choose to hang around whoever you want to hang around. See, when you start to make these choices, a choice is the voluntary act of doing that which is preferred. So when you choose to stay into that environment, that's your choice. No, listen, it's nobody else's fault except yours when you know that I have to increase my ratio, because I got to hang around the people I hang around. So now when I'm hanging around people of my area I got 1,600, they got 1,600, and they got income, they got jobs, all these other things they got going on, all these things, guys, that's important. So for me, if I know that you have sponsored somebody who got that capacity, I myself, when I'm doing a welcome call, I'm gonna say, listen, Mike, get my number from Jeff. And what I want you to do is this: get my number from Jeff, and I want you to text me your number, because again, I want to know if they're committed. Commitment is doing what you said you were going to do long after the mood that you have set it in has left you. So I want to know if a person's really committed. If they're committed, well, great. Grab this pen. Get my number from them, because I can say get my number, but I don't. I always say I want to see if they're going to follow instructions. So I'll say get my number from Jeff. Jeff, text him my number. Then after that point, I'll tell them, I said, listen, you text me your number, your name, your number to my phone. and then I'll save it myself. And now I'll be committed. I'll be connected. I'll put other things in place, and I know that's somebody I want to work with to help them launch. All right. All right. So that's how I do a welcome call. Then when I'm done, the fourth thing I do, I say it again. Welcome to the team. More importantly, welcome to the family. And if you're looking online right there, you get a chance to see it right now again. All right. So welcome to the team and family. Edify the sponsor. Edify the 4 steps. Go to TLC Training Reps, and then welcome to the team. More importantly, welcome to the family. And then I promise you, when they're done, they're going to say, thank you so much. This really helps me out a lot because I wasn't sure what I was going to do first. Now, plus the brand new person is listening. And now when they're listening, they're understanding that these are the steps you do. Now, once that's done, we're going to build the business now. So you're going to get out your calendar. All right. So when you get your calendar out, guys, you want to schedule some things. And now it's important. That's what I said. Remember in step 2, when I said in step 2 that what you want to do, I'm sorry, in step 1, it said to go on to train the TLC reps and get your calendar. Get your calendar. Now you see why. Because when it gets to building your business, you have to have a calendar. Because if you're going on the top of your head, that's why you're stuck. Because you don't know how. You're trying to remember amongst all the things you got going on how you can fit things in. No. You get your calendar and you focus on some things that you want to focus on with the calendar. All right. So when you focus on these things with the calendar, I want you to do this. I want you to focus on scheduling the game plan interview, because now we got your calendar. I want to focus on when we can get back together so that we can start talking about your business. So we want to schedule the game plan interview. Now, when we're scheduling the game plan interview and I got my calendar out, because now when I got my calendar out, I'm able to put some things on my calendar based off of what I'm looking to do to really help build this thing now. So now when I got my calendar, I can start to put down all my different events, everything that I want to do, all the dates and times, all the things that I'm going to schedule. Because write this down on your calendar. You know how people always tell you, I don't have a lot of time for something. I can't have no time. What you want to do is this. You want to write this down. You want to focus on your faith, your family, and then your finances. Your faith, your family, and your finances. So if you put in your calendar that these are the times you go to church and the times you go to pray and the times you do all this other stuff, that's out, that's done. And once that's done, there's no reason for you to tell me that you can't come back and you can't, I can't do the business on that day because you told me you go to church on this day. So unless it's something else that popped up at the church, these are the times that you got on your calendar for that week. So I already know what's going on. Now, when you focus on your finance, your family, if you got things with school, soccer mom, soccer dad, whatever you got going on, days at times you got to spend with your children, you put that in your calendar because these events that you got going on that was already scheduled. Now, I understand that family means everything, guys, but you got to be willing to stretch yourself and sit your family down and say, listen, between now and Christmas, there's going to be some changes going on. I want this to be the best Christmas ever. And our focus is 50K by Christmas. And I believe I can make that happen. I work with some people who've done it, and I believe I can do that as well. So I want an agreement with the family that we're all going to work together while I really focus on changing our lives. And now when they say, yes, dad, go for it, mom, go for it. Now you literally know, guys, that during that time, while you're getting busy, your family is in agreement with you, you can really go to work. All right. So you sit your family down and talk to them about that. So your faith, your family, and then now your finances. So, of course, you put the days you got to work, but also after work, the times that you're going to focus on your business. And now once you have that on your calendar, your faith, your family, your finances, now we can start to pull everything else in place for the company. When we want to start to build a business, that's when we start to go into, let me see here. No, let me see here. I'm sorry, wrong thing. Screen share. All right, here. All right, let me see this right here. Share. All right. So now we got the calendar out. All right. Yes, ma'am. That's right. Who's ready? Faith, family, finances. So now that we got the calendar out, now let's schedule your game plan interview. For me, I don't like to just say, hey, just go. Because when people join, them say, go, 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 go. But again, like I told you, you want a team of leaders, and leaders develop other leaders. What job have you gone to? And as soon as you got started, they said go, or they just hired you and they just walked off. You would be literally upset and burnt and mad if they hired you, and when they hired you, all of a sudden they fired you in 2 days. And when they fire you in 2 days, you go, why'd you fire me? Well, you didn't do anything. What do you mean I didn't do anything? You didn't ever teach me nothing. Why is it that when we go to a job where we're going to be working with somebody for the rest of our lives until we die, why when we focus on that, now we don't mind getting all the training we can get. We don't mind getting everything we can do to be able to build this thing. I mean, to be able to help keep them free. We don't mind doing all the things we can do at that process, because in our mindset, we've been conditioned and trained to be poor. We've been conditioned and trained to be in that process, in that thought process. We've been conditioned and trained to be like that. And because we have, when it comes to having a chance to work for yourself and give it your all, you want to kind of, I don't need no training, I'll just figure it out. But then when you actually focus with your job, you really do whatever it takes. And I want you to understand, guys, that right now, we're going to focus on this job together. We're going to focus on changing lives together. We're going to focus on making some powerful things happen together. All right. So that's why that's so important for you to really get that when it comes to your faith, your family, your finances, and understanding that you're going to focus on your job and your game planning with somebody, that you spend the time that it takes to get the person trained up. Because now that we're going to focus on the game plan, we're going to focus like on your goal setting. We're going to talk about director. Now, again, I sponsored you yesterday. Today, we got to get together. I like to do this in the time frame, everything. Like the homework I talked about earlier, 24 hours. Write that down. When I tell you your list, build your list, 24 hours. That's your homework. In order for me to really help you, I got to have your list by tomorrow. By the time we schedule this game plan to get back with you today, so now we can launch your business. Because amateurs, they start a business. I started you, go, go, go. Professionals, they launch someone. And you launch your business, you launch their business. Because their business is your business. So you launch them. So now that you're launching their business, you got to put yourself, understand, I need to do this game plan interview with you so we can start to cover and talk about how we're going to get directed done. Because once they get started last night, all night they stayed up studying, going through all the things that you showed them, going to TLC reps, watching videos. Now today they're ready. So now that they're ready, let's talk about how we're going to get directed done. Now, simple. I'm not going to do a lot of training on that, guys. But director, or whether director, executive director, or regional is your goal, director is no simple than this. You got to do 1,000 on your left, 1,000 on your right. Okay, I'm doing it for you on the screen, but this is actually my left over here. 1,000 on your left, 1,000 right. You're looking at it, so maybe it may show up the same way. Okay, 1,000 on the left, 1,000 on the right. So that's how you're going to get that's how you get it done. But some of you have been involved, and you got leaders who literally taken off on one leg. Because we tell you we're going to help you build 2 teams. What we don't say is we're going to really help you build 1. You got to build 2 teams, but we don't really talk about we're going to help you build 1. So I'm going to say to you that this week, I'm going to help you get directed done. Now, I'm going to contribute to your director on that leg of business that we share together. I'm going to make sure that we get 1,000 in volume down that leg. So now I'm holding myself accountable to go to work, because I promise you, I took it off myself and promised somebody else. Now it gives me activity, the reason to do activity, to make sure that I get 1,000 on that other leg for them. Because now when they go get 1,000 on the other leg, that's simply just saying how many $500 packs do you need in order to get directed done on that leg? If you get $250 for each pack that somebody joins, the $250 in the binary, if you got, whether they sponsor the person or somebody through them sponsor, so by the time you get $250, all right, you guys got that $250, that's already 500 in volume right there, right? By the time you do another $250, that's already four people at $500. Yep, that's it. You throw something else? That's it. 4 people, $500 pack, guys. You can literally get that done this week. It's just that simple. What it is, what you focus on expands. And you've been focusing on just getting $40. Get somebody. I need somebody. Needy and destitute. Need. And you literally found somebody who just came in for $40 because that's all you were looking for. So you want to get yourself in a point to where you're not focusing on just saying need. But listen, when you need, I need this directed done. I need it done this week. I need this money. I need this change. I need this edification. I need all the things that I need. And you go out there, because I want it, and you go make it happen this week. Just get 4 people. Matter of fact, do it this weekend. Why not? Go for it this weekend. Don't focus on it all week. What you focus on expands. The universe will go to work to find it a week later. Find it this weekend and hit me back. Find me on Jason L. Scott the first on Facebook and say, I got it done this weekend. Jason L. Scott, #1ST. Find me. Facebook, find me Instagram, YouTube, all these other things. Just say, I found it. JasonLScottFirst.com. I found it. Let me know you found it. That I found and I got directed done. And tag me on my wall that you got it done over the weekend, because I told you to do it over the weekend. All right. So it's just that simple. All right, let me go ahead and go back to this really quick. And we're just about done here, guys. All right, let me share this with you again. Okay, all right, so now we're going to focus on the goals, and we're also going to schedule the marketing training. So when we get together on scheduling, that means tomorrow, all I want to do is get with you. Now that you joined yesterday, today, we're going to get the game plan interview to talk about your goals. Talk about getting directed done. Talk about getting executive or regional based off of who you are and what you got going on. But we're also going to schedule your initial VGO today. See, when I do that, guys, when I got with you, and we got together like you guys started yesterday. So I did this last night, going through this stuff, letting you know we got to get together tomorrow to kind of talk about your game plan interview. Because I gave you homework for 24 hours, right? So let's get together tomorrow and talk about your marketing training. All right. So that means tomorrow we can go over the quick retail script. Tomorrow we can go over the contact and inviting. In order for that to happen, what's going to have to happen is you're going to have to actually have a list, because now when we get together tomorrow, we can start. I can role play with you. I can go over some things with you, and I can help you literally get your people going, guys, so you can be able to get your people to your first VGO, which is your virtual grand opening. Because based off of your level of influence, I may just do one VGO, or I may schedule 3 launch calls. And reason why, because it creates a sense of urgency. Because you said you want to make money fast. Let me help you do what you do at your job. You make money every day at your job, right? Which gives you a paycheck at the end of the week. Let me help you make money every day so you get a paycheck by the end of the week. So therefore, let's tell everybody. I like to focus on these things, guys, and this training that I do on how many people you should be calling, how many people you should be having confirmed, all these other things, all right, to help you get that going. So when I schedule the VGO and your launch calls, okay, let me say it really quickly. This is what I do. Write this down. 20, 10, 5, 1,000. 20, 10, 5, 1,000. 20, 10, 5, 1,000. Because I'm going to focus, I'm going to schedule right now I'm going to schedule the VGO that I'm going to do for you, but I'm also going to schedule the your what I call your T for 2, your T for 2 transformation party. I'm going to do your transformation party for 2 people. Help you get 2 customers. I'm going to help you get 2 reps. So when I do your T for 2, because in my mindset, I'm helping you get 2 customers, help you get 2 reps. Because you get 2 customers, you like, man, I'm making some money. You get 2 reps, you like, oh, I got binary qualified. So I'm doing your first T for 2 to help you get your 2 customers or your 2 reps. Now that doesn't matter if they come from your VGO or actually from your transformation party. Both of those I got on my calendar, because if I started you yesterday, I may be doing your VGO sometime tonight, or I may do the first one tomorrow. Then after that, I got your actual event where I'm going to come and meet some people for you. Because when I do the call and people say, I love the information, but I want to taste it, great. I'm glad you said that, because today is Saturday and I did the call. Great. Tomorrow, which is Sunday, I'm actually going to be hosting a private event. You get a chance to come over there. We can sample, have a great time, network, get some, drink some tea, try the products. And now you got another event on the books that you can invite somebody to. 20, 10, 5, 1,000. Now you got to make enough phone calls that you literally say, I'm going to get 20 people confirmed. 20 people confirmed and say they're going to show up. Will normally get you about 10 people who normally show up. Then from the 10 that show up, you get about 5 that are joined. From the 5 that are joined, remember too, you need 4. From the 5 that are joined, you normally get about 1,000 in volume. 20, 10, 5, 1,000. If you focus on that right there, guys, and the thing is this, you got to be willing to do it. And most people, they're not willing to do that process. But if you get it, I promise you it'll work out for you. All right, let me and I'll be wrapping it up here in a second, guys. So now that you've done that, you've actually scheduled everything on your calendar, and you understand there's no cancellations, because when you're doing your T for 2, I'm gonna do the first one in 3 to 5 days. Your VGO or your launch call, I'm doing the first one 24, 48 hours. When I'm scheduling your marketing training, 24, 48 hours, so I can help you launch your business quickly. No cancellations, because appointments time actions equals success. All right. And then, of course, the last thing, guys, as we wrap it up, is plug into the system. Now, when you plug into the system, guys, you want to commit to 24 months to weekly team calls, webinars, attend weekly team events, trainings, conventions, all these other things, because it takes about 10,000 hours before a person can become a master at anything, right? Or expert. And if it's going to take about 10,000 hours in order for you to become an expert, guys, you can't look to say to yourself that it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert, but I'm going to go for 10 hours So that means I start today, and with 10 hours, I quit. I start today, and in 10 days, I quit. I start today, in 2 days, I quit. We got to get to the point, guys, that we're no longer going to allow ourselves to be in that quit mentality, because there's a level beyond pain, and that's called suffering. And some people are suffering for so long, they don't know they're suffering anymore. And somebody give you information to get you up off the nail. And the first thing we do is, now that I think about it, working for somebody for the rest of my life until I die, it really ain't that bad. And we'll go back to work because somebody told you no. Somebody told you I can get it on eBay. Somebody told you I don't need that right there. I don't need it. Somebody, whatever nonsense, because some people are not praying for you. Most people are not praying for you. They're praying against you. And because they don't want you to have success, they won't support you just because. And it's okay. It's okay. All right. It's okie dokie. Let them do what they got to do. You change your life to be able to do what you got to do in your process. All right. You got me? All right. So let's go ahead and let me see. Let me make sure I'm not pulling up something over here. Okay. Good stuff. All right. So let me kind of get back into sharing this and we'll be wrapping it up. All right. So this is going to be the system that you're going to get your 10,000 hours in. You're getting started. You're getting started call. You can actually use these getting started right calls, guys, 518-777-4064. When brand new people come on board, that they can learn the system and plug into the system immediately. They don't have to wait for the Saturday Goal Director call. All right. The training website, trainingtlcreps.com. All right. Because when somebody first joined, they say, well, I don't remember. I don't know what I should be doing. Go to trainingtlcreps.com and start to download the information and get yourselves ready to rock and roll. All right. So Goal Director and back office training, that's here on goaldirector.info, where you can get on to these calls. And actually there's some that's archived where different leaders was talking about the back office and all these other things that they can focus on. And we'll help you get started. Monday night team call, 712-775-7085. 712-775-7085. Pin code is 608-661#. All right. And that gives you a chance, guys, that you can actually plug into the Monday night team call that happens every Monday night. And that happens at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday night. And so you can get that as well. 24-hour opportunity call, 518-777-4062. 24-hour opportunity call. You find somebody, listen, Mike, I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time right now. I'm about to run out the door. You got a few minutes for me to run something past you? I sure do. Great. Grab a pen, write this down. It's about to get started right now. 518-777-4062. You can plug them right into that call or online presentation at project50kreloaded.com. Now, guys, we do have daily opportunity calls. That means you can operate your business every day from the comfort of your home. 605-562-3140. Pin code is 493-824#. That's 605-562-3140. Pin code is 493-824#. And that's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every single night, guys, that you can literally get people on to hear about how they can expand their business. And that gives you a chance to operate your business from home. My first week, guys, I actually was able to launch this thing from home, just doing VGOs and launch calls in my tube socks and underwear. Yeah, okay, whatever. Holla at your boy, whatever. You can get mad all you want. That's how I did it. But I still did it from the comfort of my house because I didn't have, I was just getting launched and I didn't know nothing. I wasn't traveling. I had to build it, and that's what I did. So whatever. Wake up and win call, guys, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Every day, guys, you can start your day off with a great opportunity, a great call. Get yourselves excited. Get a lot of great things happening for you each and every single day. That number is 605-562-3140. Pin code is 493-824#. All right, 605-562-3140. Pin code 493-824#. And there's a replay line if you missed that Wake Up and Win. Listen, I'd rather for you to be on the call live than just to say, I'll listen to it later. Because you already want to wake up, set yourselves up that your DMO, your daily method of operation, DMO, is I'm going to start to plug in and listen to this stuff every day. Get myself starting off my day every day. So the last thing I'm going to tell you guys when it comes to plugging into the system is plug into your sponsor at least once a day, every day. Every day, once a day. It's going to build relationships and rebuild the confidence of your people. Every single day you want to call your sponsor at least once a day. Because when you first get started, people get excited. Yes, the rhythm, the rebel, without a pause. You get excited, ready. Yes, I'm ready. Then all of a sudden, 3 people tell you some nonsense, chatter. then all of a sudden everything falls to the wayside again. So you call your sponsor tells you, go, 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 you back up again. Yes, the rhythm, the rebel, without a pause. Now you get excited again. Then all of a sudden, back. So when you talk once a day, you're calling your sponsor, get into that mode, guys, get you excited, get some great things happening for you and your family. Because everything that we're going to do as we wrap it up, guys, is understanding that this thing's about the lessons that we've learned in our life. And I know that there's a lot that we've all gone through, but it's been also a lot that we've all grown through. And when you start to look at your life as a teacher, as opposed to the challenges, as opposed to the hardships, you'll start learning to shift some of those lessons, and they become more empowering instead of limiting. And you got to allow yourself to be more empowered in what it is you want to do. Empower yourself to say, you know what, I'm ready to do whatever it takes for me to make some things happen. Sometimes you got to get with some other people. See, you focus on helping enough people get what they want, you get yours in the process. But what this thing is really about, guys, is really taking the focus off of yourself. Because when you focus on yourself, a lot of times you're looking at that, you know how you get up and you'll say, I'm that man in the mirror and I'm ready and I'm going to make it happen. And you feel great and all these things happen in that process. Man, I'm ready. I'm going to make this thing happen today. You look in the mirror every day. I'm a king. I'm a dawn. Nothing's impossible when I am possible. When I am possible, nothing becomes impossible. All these things that we say. Then all of a sudden now you start to look at the mirror. And then all of a sudden you look from the mirror, then you start to look at the reflections in the mirror. You start to see the broken car, the broken bed, the spouse that's abusive, or the spouse that's negative, or the children that's in trouble all the time, and the job that's not paying. You start looking at all your reflections. So you go from being, oh man, I believe this, I'm ready, nothing's gonna stop me. Listen, I'm inoculated and anointed with the belief of magnificence. And all of a sudden the reflections start to peer back, and now the reflections are peering back and they're going right back into you. So what you see on the reflections are really beaming back off and looking right back in your eye, and you go from being, I'm ready, to now you're starting to feel negative and starting to feel doubt and fear again. But like I told you, hope is what you got to hang on to, because hope is the only thing that's stronger than fear. And you can't allow your fear to be able to hold you back and stop you from moving forward. And when you really understand that, guys, and we really say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to take the focus off myself and I'm going to help other people. Because how many times have you you have fear, but when you know that somebody else was at stake, you took it off of yourself and you started focusing on them. So there's two ways of exerting one's strength. One is pushing and one is pulling. And we choose to push other people up. My sponsor is Stormy Wellington. And when I talk to my team all the time, I'm telling them I want to push her up. I want my organization to be a reason for her last explosion and her last pin level, getting to the next level, because that's just how I am. I want that to be because we work together as a team, and this is who we are. And we want to bring that power to the organization. I don't want to not just a sideline player. Put me in the game, coach. Put me in, coach. Let me help with this process. What can I do? Who can I help? That's kind of how I wanted to be able to be. So I focus on pushing somebody up, but also in exerting strength is we pull others up. So you focus on helping. Look at your leadership, your sponsor. Doesn't matter who your sponsor is, guys. You look at your sponsor. A lot of times you don't want to look at your sponsor. You look at your sponsor's sponsor, and because you want to see what they're doing. But you got to focus on the person who actually got you started and who's been coaching you and working with you, and that wants this thing for you, because only in helping you do they help themselves. So we focus on pushing those people up, but also now I'm reaching back and I'm pulling up. But when I'm pulling, you can't be just dangling. When somebody's pulling you up, you can't just hang. You don't never just hang in there. I'm hanging in there, coach. I'm hanging in there. Hanging, people ultimately die when they hang. That's not something that you want to be focusing on, is hanging. Stand in there. Stand up in there. Put yourselves in your power and put all negation to the side and make great things happen for you and your family. Listen, guys, I appreciate you for logging on to this Gold Director training today. It's been my privilege, my honor that I was asked to do the call. Again, my sponsor, Stormy Wellington, and I know I talked to a young lady. I said, who recommended me? She said, well, Nicole Cooper recommended that you do the call and stuff. So, since I got involved, I had a chance to meet some great friends like Nicole Cooper and Candiceberg Davis and Javon and and Nate and Pam and all the other leaders that I've been personally speaking with and talking with. Because again, your income is the average of your 5 best friends. So you hang around 5 people like Stormy and Pam and McCray and Shanita Foster and all those other guys. you're bound to be the sixth one. So make sure you stay plugged into your sponsor, stay plugged into your leadership. Understand that this is one team, one dream, 100,000 families, 100,000 financially free. And always remember, given the sum total of all your decisions, you cannot change who you are, but given new life, new vision, new unity, you can change who you become. So guys, this has been Jason L. Scott, the #1 ST, Jason L. Scott the first. Find me on social media platforms, on Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, Twitter, all these other things, guys. JasonLScottTheFirst.com. And let's all just become. You guys have a great one. Love you all. You guys have a great one. Good day, guys. Good day, guys. Bye now.